When I was a senior in high school, there was this girl named Alina who I couldn't quite figure out. Not in the usual way people say that about someone they like. This felt different. She had this stillness to her, not shy, not awkward, just still, like she existed slightly out of sync with everyone else. She wasn't the kind of pretty person talked about openly, but you noticed her anyway. Dark hair, always tied back, same neutral expression no matter what was happening around her. She didn't laugh at jokes, didn't really join conversations, but every now and then you'd catch her watching people. Not in a creepy way, just studying them, like she was trying to understand something the rest of us already knew. Most people thought she was weird. A few thought she was stuck up. I never got that impression. There was something deliberate about her silence, like she was choosing not to engage, not failing to. The first time she ever spoke directly to me was honestly kind of embarrassing. I was sitting with a couple friends in the cafeteria, talking about this short story I'd been writing. I used to write a lot back then, mostly weird, atmospheric stuff. One of my friends asked what I named the main character, and without thinking, I said, Alina. Right as I said it, I felt it. That weird shift, like when you realize someone's been listening the whole time. I looked up, and she was standing right there. She didn't look surprised. If anything, she looked amused. Using my name, she said. Not accusatory, just flat. My friends went dead silent. I tried to laugh it off and said something like, it just fit the character. She tilted her head slightly, like she was considering that. Does it? She said. Then, after a second, she added, you should come with me somewhere this weekend. No build-up, no context, just that. I remember my friend kicking me under the table like, say yes, idiot. So, I did. She nodded once, like that settled it, and walked away. That was it. She picked the place. Of course she did. Some trails are about 40 minutes outside town. I'd never heard of it, which should have been my first red flag. When she picked me up that Saturday, she didn't explain anything, just told me to get in. The drive was quiet. Not awkwardly quiet, just quiet. She had music playing, but it was low and kind of ambient. No lyrics, just sound. I tried to make conversation a couple times, but she'd answer in short sentences, then let it drop. It didn't feel like she was nervous. It felt like she just didn't see the point. When we got there, the parking lot was almost empty. 2 cars, maybe 3. She didn't hesitate, just got out and started walking, like she'd been there 100 times. I followed. At first, it was actually nice. The trail was wide enough, sunlight coming through the trees, that soft crunch of gravel under your shoes. She even asked me about the story I was writing, which caught me off guard. I started explaining it, probably rambling a bit, but she listened. Actually, I listened. Didn't interrupt, didn't react much either, but she was paying attention. Then, the trail changed. It narrowed. The trees got thicker. The light dimmed without it actually getting darker. Just less sky. More branches. We stopped seeing other people. At some point, the trail split into 2. No sign, no markings. I asked which way. She pointed left. Immediately. Have you been here before? I asked. No, she said. That should have bothered me more than it did. The left path was rougher, overgrown in places. I had to push branches aside as we walked. After a few minutes, she told me to go ahead. I didn't question it, just stepped in front. We walked like that for a while. Single file, quiet again. And then, at some point, I realized I couldn't hear her footsteps anymore. I slowed down. Nothing. I turned around. She wasn't there. At first, I didn't panic. It felt explainable. Maybe she stopped. Maybe she turned around for some reason. Alina? I called. No answer. I walked back the way I came. Not far. Just to the last bend in the path. Nothing. No side trails. No place she could have gone without me seeing. That's when it started to feel off. I went back to the fork, checked both directions. Still nothing. I told myself she was messing with me. It felt like something she might do. Not in a playful way, but in that same detached, observing way she had. So, I took the other path. It was worse, narrower, less of a trail, more like a suggestion of one. The ground uneven, branches hanging low. I called her name again. That's when I heard something. A sharp, crack, like a branch snapping, not on the trail, off to my left, deeper in the trees. I froze. There was movement, subtle but definitely there. Something is shifting behind a tree. My first thought was still her. I even remember feeling a little relieved, so I stepped off the trail and moved toward it, trying to be quiet. I got close enough to see the outline of someone standing there, and then I jumped out. It wasn't her. It was a man, tall, older, just standing there. He didn't flinch, didn't react at all, just looked at me. I stepped back immediately, my whole body going cold. "Sorry," I said quickly. "I thought you were, my friend. I'm just..." He started walking toward me. No expression, no rush, just walking. I turned and headed back toward the trail, trying not to run. Then, I heard something on my right. I looked. Another man, standing between me and the path, holding a thick branch, not moving, just watching. That's when something in my brain finally snapped into place. I ran. No direction, just away. Branches hitting my face, roots catching my feet. I could hear them behind me almost immediately. Heavy footsteps, not even trying to be quiet anymore. I ran harder. My lungs burned. My vision tunneled. Something hit my leg. I went down, hard. Before I could process it, someone grabbed my ankle. I kicked, twisted, pulled. I don't even remember how I got free. I just know I did. And then I was running again, faster than I ever had. I didn't stop until I saw the trail. Didn't stop when I hit it. Didn't stop until I saw the parking lot. Her car was still there. The other cars were gone. I stumbled over to it, hands shaking, trying to catch my breath. I called her once, twice, over and over. No answer. I was about to call the police when my phone buzzed. A text. "Where did you go?" I stared at it. Then I looked up, and there she was, walking out of the trees, completely calm, not out of breath, not dirty, not even slightly shaken, just normal. I started yelling, trying to explain, words tripping over each other. She frowned slightly, like I was overreacting. "I lost you," she said. "I thought you went ahead." That didn't make sense. I told her that. I told her I went back, that she wasn't there. She just shrugged. We got in the car. The drive back was silent again. But it wasn't the same silence. I kept replaying everything. The fork, her choosing the path. Let me go first. Disappearing. And then, those men showing up, exactly where she left. When we got to my house, she looked at me for a second before I got out. "You shouldn't wander off like that," she said, like it was my fault. I didn't respond. I just got out. I never saw her again after that. She didn't reach out. I didn't either. But every once in a while, I think about it. Not just what happened, but how easily it could have gone differently. And the part that still bothers me the most isn't the men. It's how calm she was, like nothing unexpected had happened at all.